So you know how I say essays are always the most important thing in your application, and that you really have to write about things that they would never know about you otherwise, things that highlight who you are, your personality, what makes you tick. I'm gonna have to say the same thing goes for the UChicago optional video profile. And quick side note before we get straight into it, optional doesn't always mean optional if it's one of your top choices. So strongly recommend that you take 2 minutes out of your day to do this if you are applying to UChicago. I think it will only help your application. So I'm gonna break everything out into what the main goal of the video profile is, how to brainstorm for your video profile, the structure that you should probably think about and plan, and then I'm gonna give you 2 concrete examples of exactly how I would approach this video profile if I was applying this year. The first thing that you really need to understand about what your goal is with this profile is to show them who you are outside of the academics, outside of all of your successes, really just who you are and what makes you tick. Think very authentic and raw. That's why they always emphasize that you shouldn't over edit anything. You don't need to film this. This could literally be selfie style on your iPhone, which I'm gonna tell you that I filmed videos, my earlier YouTube videos on the iPhone, and the quality isn't that different from this like nice camera. So don't really worry about that. It's really about giving them insight into your life the way you would with a friend, the way you would with family. You want to really bring them into your life, some aspect of your life that really like defines you, whether that's your personality or whether that's like a very specific hobby, something that means a lot to you. It could really be one or the other. I'll go into those 2 different ways of approaching it in the next section, but yeah, you really just want to bring them into your life, give them insight, and like it's very chill. Like I feel like you need to hear this because it's probably stressing you out, but it's not supposed to be stressful. This is supposed to be a super chill, very easygoing part of your application where you literally hold it selfie style, talk in your room or talk in your garden or talk in your favorite place, whatever that may be, about something that's just important to you and gives them insight into who you are. And then it of course has to be something that you can tie back to how it's going to help you excel at the University of Chicago, or how you hope to continue to foster that interest, that part of your personality, whatever you choose to highlight. Moving on to the brainstorming section, you should just spend like, I swear, like 15 minutes, sit down and jot down things that make you you. Like if I asked your parents, your close friends, your family, what makes you you, and they have specific answers, just jot it down. Like for example, people know I absolutely love the sport cricket. People know I love Metallica. I'm also an overthinker. And just like little things like that that make your personality unique. Because all of those things together make you you and no one else is like that. It might not be things that you think of on the regular, but they're still parts of you that are so deeply rooted. And I think that's something that your friends and family could help you brainstorm. So just write all of that out. Maybe a section for your personality and then maybe a section for your hobbies. Kind of just to have everything about you on paper. It's really important in this video profile to pick something that's really important to you, something that's really impacted you, and convey that. And then towards the end of the video, just let them know, hey, this is something that I really hope to cultivate further on campus through XYZ. And we'll go into specific examples soon. Going into the structure of the video, regardless of what aspect of your personality you choose or what hobby you want to really bring them into to showcase your life, that should go on for about like a minute, I think. And then you do want to, the last 30 to 45 seconds of the video, really lean into how everything you've learned from that aspect or that part of your personality converges to how you're going to grow and add to the campus at the University of Chicago. So that's just something that you want to converge at towards the end. So I think the first half, like the first minute, I know it's a 2-minute video. It doesn't have to be like fully 2 minutes, whatever you want, but I just aim for the first half to really be a reflection and just bringing them into your life. You know, however that may be, just be authentic and don't go crazy with editing or anything. Just like selfie style, bring them into your life and talk about things, show them things. Like you would never be able to do this in any other part of your application. It's such a great opportunity. And then in the last like half or the last 1/3, really converge to how this is going to help you at UChicago, how you can add to the environment there, or potentially clubs that you're really excited to continue this endeavor at, really whatever you want. And could also just be meeting the student body and the professors, you know? U Chicago is going to be your home for the next 4 years. You just want them to know that. Now, for the fun part, let's go into 2 specific video examples that I wrote out because I think that I would definitely do this if I was applying this year. We didn't have this my year. But the first example, this is the first thing I thought of too. Like, I just thought it would be super cool to show them who I am, like, as a person. And if you ask, like, my close friends, they'll tell you that I'm, like, silly and sarcastic, but also, like, thoughtful. I think that I really like writing and I really like reflecting on the past. And I think that thoughtful nature is something I will want to showcase. And I think that's something I showcased in my essays, but I also want to accentuate that kind of with the silly side of who I am. So I'd interview everyone like close to me, maybe like 10 to 15 seconds, like pick 4 or 5 people, maybe like my parents, my brother, some teachers that I'm really close with, and my best friend. And it would be like a 10 to 15 second video segment, kind of a mishmash of that to start the video, and just me asking them silly questions, like asking my best friend what her first impression of me was, and then cut to me asking my teacher why I'm their favorite student. Spoiler, I was not anyone's favorite student, but I was very close with my teachers and we had a great relationship. So, you know, I would probably do a montage of something silly like that for the first minute so they just know that I'm like a silly person, but I also really care about forming relationships and bonds with those around me, because something that I pride myself in is always like learning from the people around me and trying to be better than I was the day before. And I think everyone around me has made me who I am. This is exactly like what I would say in the video at the end. And I would talk about how at U Chicago, I really want to do that. I want to be part of the dorm life at, you know, pick a dorm and just say that you want to be a part of the dorm life there. The student life is amazing. I would talk about hypothetical situations, how like everyone I've met has made me who I am. So in the last 45 seconds of the video, I talk about like hypotheticals about how I'd meet people at U Chicago, like talking about how I'm really excited to like form a dorm team for the scavenger hunt, you know, scav, or like something very specific to U Chicago. I just talk about how I want that and I see that for myself in the diverse student body at U Chicago. It is such a unique student body. Everyone is so different, so smart, so thoughtful, and I want to be a part of that. And I want to make more best friends there. I want to work with the teachers. I want to collaborate with my peers. So that's what I'd emphasize. So basically montage, and then I'd probably have the last 30 to 45 seconds just straight like camera selfie style to tell them that the people around me mean the most to me and they affect who I'm going to be in the future. So there's no better place than U Chicago with their diverse student body for me to be for the next 4 years. Another option, if I didn't want to go the silly route, I'd probably talk about something that's more personal to me as my video profile. So something I've always done since I was young is keep a folder of every birthday card, every letter, every postcard that my friends got for me. And you know, in like 7th and 8th grade, you always write letters to your friends and stuff. I kept everything. Like I have a massive backpack just filled with everything my friends have ever given me from like 10 years onwards. I'm gonna cut to a clip of me showing you that. That's something that's really important to me because, again, similar to the theme I just talked about in the last video, the people around me are really important. So I dig deep into 1 or 2 of those postcards or letters, talk about a memory, something that really impacted me, something that influenced the way I live my life now. After I go through a memory or 2 to show them like that this is something that really impacted me, which also kind of emphasizes that I care about like the past, reflection, my friends, I'd go into how I know I'm gonna make those memories at U Chicago. So the last like 30, 45 seconds, again, I think I would do the hypothetical thing where I go into like 2 to 3 specific things I want to do on campus and how I know I'm gonna take something away from that that's gonna add to my pile of memories. And yeah, that's how I would structure the second video. So you can tell that the theme is same between both of them, but they're very different approaches that show 2 sides of who I am. One is much more reflective and I guess sentimental, but then the other one is more like a silly montage of me talking to those closest to me, but they all mean the same thing. So you're gonna have a lot of different ideas for your video, and it's really up to you which route you want to go, but just make sure you're showcasing who you are. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope I could help. Good luck with your videos, and if you ever want any advice, just like email me your video and I'll send you like a 1-paragraph response of what I think. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you guys at my next video.